Today we have a very unique offering from SwissTech. This is the T-Rex. Now that's a pretty fearsome name to live up to. One of the things that attracted me to this tool was it has very sturdy looking pliers right there, and it comes in a very small frame size. So for instance, this is my SOG PowerPint. This is my Franken tool I put together with Leatherman and Gerber armbar handles that I carry with me. This tool fits in its, a very pocketable size. So again, maybe for instance, I'll grab one of these Leatherman Charge clones. So it does come in somewhere around that 4-inch frame size, but it's only about 5 ounces. It is a very lightweight, very thin tool. All right, so we have the pliers. Now we can use these right here in some very thin wire. And this is where we find some of the issues. For delicate work, you have to essentially collapse this in all the way. It's a little bit awkward. You can do it, but it's a little bit weird how this handle is set up like that. Not a huge fan of that. Let's go ahead and use these wire cutters. Those wire cutters do work. Now they don't work on thicker wire. I've already tried. They definitely are not, like a Klein set of pliers or anything like that. All right, so the pliers, I do like the thickness of them. I like the thinness of this overall and how lightweight it is at only 5 ounces. Basically it's the same weight as a Leatherman Skeletal. Is a Leatherman Skeletal a better tool? Absolutely, but I always like to see different designs in a very pocketable, lightweight size. We do have the serrated blade. We have the knife as well. Now, the knife is nothing special. It looks very, very, very cheap. The serrated blade looks even worse. I don't know. It just looks very badly done. Almost looks like you have a small screwdriver on the end of your serrated knife blade, which that is just ridiculous to me. That's what it looks like. Very, very weird. Almost like a micro. Did the other knife blade have one? No. Thankfully, that blade did not. Now, these bits right here almost remind me of aluminum bits. They seem very lightweight, very cheap. This right here sits in this plastic bracket, so I am assuming that could break very easily also. Now this one right here does seem to stay in here, and I like this as well because it has a 1/4 inch bit driver. We don't get that in a lot of tools. We don't get that from Leatherman at all unless you use an adapter. I do like that option. I don't think it's extremely awkward because you have this whole handle to hold on to. So I don't think that's just an awful design. So what is good about this? Well, the good thing is the bit driver, the pliers aren't awful. I think this design right here is weird for very micro stuff. If you want to do very thin things, you basically have to close this and almost notch this in the handle. Otherwise, it's a very pocketable tool. These tools right here, I feel like are garbage. This plastic insert is very poorly done. These bits are very bad. You could substitute that, obviously, change these bits out. Otherwise, I do think it would have had some potential. And why I say would have is because I think this is discontinued. Now you can still find these on eBay. For some of you that may have seen these used on the used market, maybe you'll go to a yard sale or an auction. I wanted to go over this, just sort of discuss its good points and bad points. If it had a pocket clip on here, might have been interesting. I believe when this tool was made, it only went for about $10. That's what I've been able to find on some of the websites. Don't pay too much for this used. I would save up your money and buy a SOG PowerPint instead. If you do find this for $1 or $2, it's not a bad deal for someone who wants to collect multi-tools. Now, it reminds me a lot of some of the designs from the past. This is the SOG tool clip. Notice you have your plier handle, and then you have all your tools in here like so. We've got, I believe this is a French tool. I think this is a German tool, and then this was a Marbles replica of this tool as well. All these are older tools, and the T-Rex really captured some of the design of that, made it a very attractive small package, add a bit driver, which I think is a clever solution. Unfortunately, a lot of the knives and this section and even the plier handle, maybe it would have been better to have like a magnetic instead of this notch into here, because the pliers don't seem to be as smooth that way. Anyway, let me know what you think. I think this is, I don't know, not sure how to feel about it. I definitely think this will go back in my drawer. Maybe we'll talk about it another time, but I don't think I'll be carrying this. But it does have some redeeming features, even though some of the tools are pretty bad.